history, of course, you have competition between states and territories and over resources. But what's unique about imperialism and capitalism is that you see the coming together of these two things in novel ways. And the actions of states, that competition, is ultimately rooted in capital accumulation, the needs of profit making, if you like. And this is what drives forward this kind of competition. So I think having that kind of understanding is incredibly important to look at what's happening in Ukraine, what's happening in Iran, or the kind of the broader decline of the United States and the rise of China as well, and why we're seeing that kind of really frenetic competition, taking place. I mean, one of the differences, I think, is that when I've done sort of meetings on imperialism before, people often say, well, isn't the Marxist theory really quite similar to what's known as realism? There's a chap called John Mearsheimer, who's kind of popular among sections of the Palestine movement. He wrote a book about the Israel lobby, right? And basically he's a conservative, a US conservative, but he says that, you know, the US has launched the war in Iran against its own interests because of what Israel is doing, and that states, you know, he's for kind of a rational imperialism, right? But the state, you know, these states are competing, they shouldn't be dictated by these kind of liberal interventionist ideas and so on. That's very different though, because what realism doesn't do is root that within capitalism. It sees basically the states as rational actors and has that kind of neoclassical economic framework. We have an understanding of how the actions of states are actually rooted within the dynamics of capital accumulation. So, you know, you see this coming together of the geopolitical and the economic in a new way at the end of earlier than the end of the 19th century, but it's generalised in the 19th century across the system, because you see the emergence of a truly kind of world economy.